What is a mild traumatic brain injury? Well, what I like to say, a mild traumatic brain injury is if it's someone else's brain and not yours. We are often asked as attorneys, what is a mild traumatic brain injury? Well, what I like to say, a mild traumatic brain injury is if it's someone else's brain and not yours, because all brain injuries can cause severe lifetime consequences. But where does this term mild traumatic brain injury come from? What is the origin of this term that causes so much problems both for attorneys and for survivors of brain injury? It comes from something known as the Glasgow Coma Scale, a scale used by emergency personnel to evaluate the acute needs of a brain injury victim at the scene of the accident or when they first arrive at the hospital. There is a scale going from 3 to 15 that measures things as the ability to open one's eyes, ability to speak, the ability to breathe unassisted. And each one of these events gets a score. If you are dead, you get a score of 3. If you pass all these milestones, you get a score of 15. And between these two scores of 3 and 15, brain injuries are determined to be either mild, moderate, or severe. But this does not tell us about the effects of the brain injury. And it only tells us about the type of care that's needed when the person arrives in the emergency room. Should they be seen by a neurologist? Should they be seen by a neurosurgeon? Should a CAT scan be taken? Should other precautions be taken for that individuals? Can they be discharged that evening from the emergency department? But it has nothing to do about the repercussions of a brain injury. And that's why this coma scale is a curse to people with mild brain injuries. We as attorneys don't talk about brain injuries as being mild, moderate, or severe. That's a term used by doctors. Yet we need to explain this in a courtroom so juries are not misunderstood about what a mild traumatic brain injury is. Thank you. Hope that helps. Look forward to speaking to you next week.